sold her on a night when the moon hung low, swollen and silent, as if even the heavens were ashamed to witness what her pack had done. Kylora didn't cry when they dragged her through the forest. She didn't beg when her wrists were bound, or when the scent of her own blood mingled with the pine and rain. She only watched the flames of her old home fade behind her, flickers of a life she'd never reclaim. To her pack, she was a burden, born under an eclipse. Her eyes carried two shades, silver and gold. A mark said to bring ruin. Superstition had turned to fear, and fear had turned to cruelty. So, when the rival pack offered peace in exchange for her, they didn't hesitate. One girl for the promise of safety, one soul for the illusion of peace. The rival pack's camp was a place of iron and silence. They didn't treat her as a prisoner, not at first. They treated her as a thing, a bargaining chip, a curse they intended to keep caged. Days became months, and months blurred into years. Time lost meaning. The girl who once laughed in the woods and danced under moonlight became a ghost within stone walls. Every morning, she marked the wall with a small scratch, one for each day survived. The wall became her calendar, her companion, her secret rebellion. And sometimes, when the guards forgot to feed her until dusk, she'd press her ear to the wind and imagine the world outside, the rustle of trees, the hum of wolves running free. Freedom was a sound she'd almost forgotten. But that night, the night the Alpha King arrived, something shifted in the air. She felt it before she heard the hooves, before the guards rushed to straighten their armor. The earth itself seemed to pause. The scent of power drifted through the iron bars. Cedarwood, cold rain, and a thread of something ancient. When he entered the fortress, every wolf bowed, even her captors. The Alpha King was legend among both packs. Ruthless, untouchable, a man whose very presence could silence storms. His name was Kale, and he was everything Ilara had stopped believing existed. Strength without cruelty, dominance without disdain. She didn't see him until the torches flickered by her cell. Their eyes met through the shadows, his deep, dark as winter nights. Hers, dimmed by years of solitude but still burning faintly beneath the dust of despair. Something flickered in him then, a spark of recognition, though he couldn't yet place why. Who is she? Karis. Voice was calm, almost too calm. Prisoner. The guard stammered. A trade from the Crescent Pack, the cursed one. The king's gaze lingered on her for a long time. She didn't look away. After so long in darkness, she'd forgotten how to fear light. Open it. Kale said quietly. My lord, she's dangerous. Did I ask for your opinion? The cell door creaked open, its rust echoing in the silence. For the first time in years, the world beyond her cage stretched before her. Her body trembled, not from fear but from the sheer unfamiliarity of freedom. Kale stepped closer, studying her face, the hollowness of hunger, the quiet fire that hadn't died. What's your name? He asked. Ilara, she whispered, her voice fragile from disuse. Ilara, he repeated, as if tasting the name, committing it to memory. Curse. She blinked, unsure if she'd heard correctly. Who told you that? He asked again, softer this time. My pack, she murmured. The night they sold me. Something cold passed over his expression. A flash of anger, so quick and silent, it chilled the air. Then, they lied. He turned to the guards. Get her food, clean clothes, Tains, No chains. The guards hesitated. Old habits of cruelty die slow. But one look from the king sent them scrambling as they left. Ilara stood in stunned stillness. For years she had been nothing more than a shadow in a cell, a rumor of a girl. Now, for the first time, someone had spoken her name, as if it meant something. And though she didn't know it yet, that single act, a name spoken with gentleness, would unravel everything the world had built against her. Because sometimes, love doesn't begin with touch. Sometimes, it begins with mercy.